So today we're going to be detailing a Ferrari. This Ferrari came to us at Smart Detailing University, and we've been doing some major paint correction on this 1996 355 Spider. Now the F355 has real sensitive paint, so we spent a lot of days paint correcting it and make sure it's perfect, removing all the swirls and scratches using machine polishing. But now it's that time of the detail where we need to tackle the engine bay. I left it last because I didn't want to disturb the engine bay by getting any dust in it after I detailed it, so I left it just to the end. So I'm going to go ahead and detail it today using our awesome black on black. Now detailing a Ferrari engine is unlike any other engine. It's not like a Toyota or a Mazda. It's very sensitive and there's a lot of things in the engine bay that can be harmed. So I went ahead and used no water for this whole engine detail. I cleaned the whole thing using waterless, and I also used our chemicalized nonsense to remove any of the heavy dirt. But now it's time to go ahead and apply some dressing. So I'm going to go ahead and use black on black because it's a big engine bay with a lot of plastic, rubber, textured painted metal, and a lot of things that'll just be perfect for the black on black. If I were to use a traditional spray dressing or a cream dressing, I wouldn't be able to hit all the tight spots. So this is going to help me hit the tight spots because it's my favorite thing to use for an engine bay. So I paint corrected the whole backside balance of this car, so I don't want to harm it because there's no swirls or scratches on it. It's pretty much flawless. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of our big, awesome Cloud 9 towels. I'm going to use the Cloud 9 towel to protect because I have to lean inside the engine bay and I don't want to harm the surface. So I'm going to take my Cloud 9 towel. I'm going to tuck it right in there. That way I cover my whole valance and I can lean over without harming with my jeans or anything on my clothing. So let's go ahead and use the nonsense. I've wiped all the heavy dirt and debris off with nonsense, and I also used our EcoSmart to pull off all the dirt and debris. We got most of the engine clean, so now we're ready for the dressing. This car only has like 18,000 miles on it. It's like hardly ever driven, but the engine bay needs a good prepping. So I'm going to use the black on black. Now black on black is a spray dressing that's designed to cover all types of areas. Works on plastic, rubber, and vinyl. It's great for engine bays and also good for smaller surfaces that you need to have that final touch to get in the deep in there. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'll start right here on the front. We'll notice the air cover. The air cover is a textured metal, so it has a textured painted surface on there. Let's start spraying this. I easily take the black on black and I start spraying the surface. There we go. Now you notice the black on black covers all the areas quickly and easily. Now you notice it has a bright shine to it right now, but that's okay. I'm spraying it on thick. I'm going to allow it to dry to the surface. I'm going to wipe off any excess. So let's keep going. Let's work it on that rubber, and we'll work it on the mass airflow sensor. And we'll go up to this hose and move our way over. You notice you don't have to use a lot. The bottle actually uses a super fine spray atomizer, so it doesn't waste a lot of product. You can spray it, and even though you're holding the sprayer for a long time, it's conserving product. That's why we picked this specially designed sprayer atomizer for this can. So let's go ahead and move up to the top. There we go. I like to spray it a few inches away from the surface, not too close, not too far away, so I control my spray. Okay, there we go. Now you notice we're improving the look of this engine bay. We got a nice black look over here, and this one's dry and nasty. It just doesn't look good. It's giving a nice, awesome look. Now I can go ahead and take the can. I can spray all this cool stuff over here, like the ignition coil. Make that nice and black. Spray these hoses. I can even actually literally spray the chassis, because the chassis in this car is actually a painted textured plastic. So I can spray the whole chassis under this hood and make the whole inside just look great. There we go. Some chassis sport rails in there, wire harness looms, all this great stuff can be sprayed down here. There we go. Let's move over to this side now. Take my black on black can and just gently spray it all over. Now even though I'm holding the sprayer on for a good amount of time, the can is actually conserving the product because it's an extra fine atomization spray. It's not using a lot of product when I hold on that trigger. Let's move over here to the side right here. This is an awesome side. This side I cleaned very well and I scrubbed for a long time, but it's still faded black, probably because of the heat of the engine. And plus a lot of these things were made in 1999 or 1996 for this car. This is a very old car. So we're gonna go ahead and finish spraying it out. There we go. And like I said, I'm leaving it wet because I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down later once it bonds to the surface. Let's hit this plastic tube up here. And we'll hit the intake manifold. And see, on this Ferrari, there's all these little cracks and crevices in here. And you want to make sure that it looks great. There we go. I think I got all the spots. Now I'm going to go ahead and move to the back over here. Do some of the last final touches over here. Like I said, I'm full on spraying the frame in this car because the frame is actually a textured plastic which means I can spray it all over without harming the surface. I'm even able to spray this intake boot right here. It's cloth type of textured plastic, but still, the black on black made it look much, much better. This is a great trick if you're detailing a custom engine bay or an engine bay with a lot of tight places. This is exactly the product that you're looking for. Let's go ahead and get some of the last final areas over here. And I want to make sure I get down in all the cracks. When you go to a car show, a lot of the judges, they get deep down in the cracks. They go down in there and they start looking at all the hoses. So with the black on black, I can ensure that my engine bay just looks perfect, okay? So now I sprayed down the engine bay. I'm gonna wait about 10 minutes for the black on black to bond to the surface. I'm gonna go finish some things like cleaning the windows and dressing the tires. And I'll come back in about 10 minutes and I'll show you guys exactly how great the black on black looks. We'll see you in a moment. So now I grabbed an older microfiber towel and I'm gonna use this to wipe down any excess. I've waited about 10 minutes and now the black on black's bonded to the surface. So let's start wiping it off. Now I'm gonna take my microfiber towel and easily wipe it off. And you notice that it left the engine looking really black, but it took away that high gloss shine. It made it a little bit more natural. Look at this side. This side is before I wiped it off. That's the side that after I wiped it off, so it looks very natural. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this side off too. We're just knocking off the extra shine. Now, if you like that extra shine, which sometimes I like that extra shine, I want my engine bay just to be bling and awesome looking, you can easily go ahead and leave the shine, but the owner of this Ferrari wanted a more natural black look, and I told him this would be the best way to achieve it, is to go ahead and wipe everything down after I spray the black on black. But black on black's very important to me, and it's a very important tool in my detailing because boots like this, where there's these types of ridges, smaller cracks and crevices, all those places are really hard to detail. But the black on black makes it really easy because I'm able to get in there and make the surface look good. And all the customers are always impressed with my engine bay detailing. That's something that every customer always comes to me about. Move over here to the side part right here. This part that looked really bad in the beginning. We do a nice light wipe down and make sure it just looks great. There we go. Let's move over here to the intake manifold. And you'll notice just by taking off that little bit of shine, it really makes the plastic look great. Because what I did is I gave time for the dressing to bond onto the surface and give it just a fresh classic look. There we go. I'm really excited how this side turned out because it just looks really good. Move over to this side. Last side we got here, some engine bay detailing to handle. Whack it off the top right here. This area right here is actually the coolant reservoir, which is really unique to a Ferrari because it sits right on top of the engine. There we go. Now I knocked off all the high shine and now it just looks really good. Now we have a beautiful looking Ferrari. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my towel, I'll put it to the side, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull off our Cloud 9 towel. Now the Cloud 9 towel is great because it helps me protect any surface that I'm detailing on this Ferrari. So I can easily take this and place it on the fender, and that can help me lean in the Ferrari, whether I'm doing an oil change or I'm changing an air filter or just making my all-around car just look fantastic. It's a great tool for that. Now we have a nice looking engine bay, and as you can see, our engine bay is gonna look fantastic, and our owner sure is gonna be happy when I show him this Ferrari at the end of the day. So if you guys have any questions about detailing Ferraris or supercars, Lamborghinis, or just car care in general, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more detailing tips and tricks. You can always find cool deals on all of our products on our Facebook, or you can find the awesome new Black on Black on ChemicalGuys.com.